All the way in and then raises back up. It's gonna keep better range of motion, better tension. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about here, where as she comes to the bottom of the rep, she still has tension on that delt, and then she's able to raise back up and work that muscle better. So this is probably one of my favorite variations of a side raise. If I can't do a dumbbell, I prefer doing this. There you go. All right, so the second movement in the superset is a cable rope curl. Honestly, this is a bicep curl, guys. There's not much to really explain here.
Okay, talk about maybe like the resistance between me and the cable pump.
Yeah, so I would say the biggest thing to talk about is kind of what Miranda's just kind of mentioned. You can see that she's leaning back and then she's curling the rope from her hips to her shoulders. By doing this, she's just keeping better tension on that bicep. And that's the main thing. It's personally why I like using cables versus dumbbells. When tension is better kept through a full range of motion, you just get a better pump. And Miranda's the same way, where it's very much so about the engagement and the mind-muscle connection versus just doing a movement and going through the motions of it.
I'd also say too, this cable, just because I just think it's the brand and like the way that it's structured, but mostly a lot of cables go all the way down to the bottom. So I would probably have better tension if this was a cable that I could like really put all the way down, where it's like this one's a little bit raised. This is more like I'd say dimensional. So I still have to kind of like think about, okay, like it's not all the way down. So I need to kind of like almost like put my hips forward a little bit and give myself more resistance so that I can actually like feel the curl as if it was a cable that was like all the way down at the bottom.
Last movement of the day, we have a cable overhand row. If I'm being honest, lately I really prefer using cables over anything else. I like machines, I like hammer strength, I've always liked dumbbells and barbells. Miranda's very the same way. We've always trained where it's more about strength and it's been less about like mind-muscle connection and engagement. And since we've moved to Florida, we've really changed the way that we approach training, where it's more about, can we keep that tension, keep that engagement, and still lift a good amount of weight? So it's not as much about looking like you're lifting a ton of weight, and it's more about lifting a good amount of weight with control and tempo while keeping the best tension on that muscle.
Yeah, I would say keeping everything just very seamless. You know, the same tension while you go up, you know, or say while you resist against the movement is the same resistance that you have coming down from the movement. It should actually all be the same. And one thing I really appreciate, like when I had a coach, is that it really humbled me in the sense when, you know, I would be sending workout videos and stuff, and, you know, he'd always constantly say, like, Rainey, you need to slow down. You know, you do really great form, but you need to slow down. And by slowing down, I realized that I got honestly way more physique progress when I slowed down movements. You know, I was just kind of like trying to pick it up and put it down. So when I actually started doing deadlifts, I would say with negatives, saw a lot more, honestly, strength progress and physique progress. When I started slowing down my lat pull downs, for example, or my bicep curls, I started to realize like, oh, I've been feeling bicep curls like a lot here. I'm now feeling it up here, and I'm targeting now a whole different part of my bicep, which is also going to improve my physique. So a lot of times, you know, when we're getting into the gym, you're not really thinking about all these like minute details because you just focus on getting in a workout. But then as you know, grow in your journey, you get to the point where you're like, okay, what am I working out for at this point? What is the purpose? Lucas kind of talked about this earlier on in the video, and you have to keep this clip now because I'm referring to it. But, you know, there's a difference between working out for health-related purposes, which is, there's nothing wrong with that, and then there's also a difference between trying to look a certain type of way. You know, and at the end of the day, we all get into the gym for our own reasons, whether it's anger, whether it's stress, whether it's, you know, our doctor is telling us to do so, whether they're not telling us to do so, whether you know, you want to just like get in shape, whether, you know, maybe you ended a relationship, I don't know. Whatever your reason is, you eventually over time want to actually look better. That's kind of like the gist of it, is you actually get addicted to, oh, but like I'm challenging my best. And that kind of, you know, obviously becomes like the testimony to yourself of like, but I could do more. And it's always that you're chasing that thing of more. And if you're not, I have no idea what you're doing in the gym, because what a waste. But my point more so is you hit different phases of yourself in the gym. And I think that Lucas and I kind of experienced like our biggest ego in the gym. I think like we have overcome that. And what I mean by that is, if we did not work out for 4 hours, our day and probably the next day was just like absolutely demolished and destroyed. Now, we do workout videos and YouTube videos at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And it's kind of the same as when we were in college, because we did this in college. But my point more so is it's more so an appreciation now to work out. It's not so much chasing PRs. It's not so much, you know, being the heaviest lifter in the gym or anything like that. It's actually strictly for, I actually want to look good. I want to feel good. I want my health to be in a great spot. I actually do have a hole in my heart. I have a ventricular septal defect. So a part of me always being very fit or active has been honestly always a part of my life. But, you know, at the end of the day, we all are in different phases of our journey in the gym. And we're at the point now where we want to be able to help as much as possible. We want to be able to educate as much as possible. And we still want to maintain what has gotten us, you know, somewhere while we're trying to get somewhere else. And, you know, that being said is, you know, I'm actually more so focused on me doing a great workout in my apartment gym rather than sometimes stressing myself more, getting in the car, going, you know, to the gym super late. Even though we're very close to the gym, it's not even about that. It's just, sometimes time is of the essence, and we have to make sure that we're actually like utilizing our time best as possible. And I'm sure that could actually relate to you as well, as like just if you're busy in your own life, sometimes the gym becomes a hassle, but we don't have to make it that way. We have to just prioritize what we need to do and get the hell out. All right, so this is my last, I would say, movement of the day and last ab exercise of the day. So this is the cable ab crunch, and this movement is actually very simple, but I comprehend why sometimes it's actually difficult for people to feel it. And sorry, my face is like really itchy right now, sorry. Okay, anyways. So I typically like to have the cable above my head, but if this was like a taller cable, I don't think it would be at the very top, just because I'm actually going down, like, you know, and I'm gonna be like on my knees while I do this. So as I pull down the cable, I wanna make sure that I'm actually like square to the cable. So I would say choosing a cable where you can actually like kind of move around and kind of like, I say form your body to the angle of the cable is important, just so that you're actually not favoring one side. So I'm here, and the point too is like I'm gonna hold this like above my head, but it's technically behind my head, if you see that. So like when I go to I'll say like curl myself down, I'm kind of taking my body, and I'm not doing this. You know, I'm actually gonna be staying with my hips tucked underneath me the whole time, and you can see like I'm actually sitting higher on my knees. So I'm here, and I'm taking this, and I'm gonna come all the way down. And the goal is like you wanna try to put your head almost through, like, honestly, almost through like your knees there, you know? So depending on your range of motion and how far you can actually get down, that doesn't matter. It's more so like put it at a weight where you can actually confidently feel your abs working, because again, just kind of like the physio ball, when this is done properly, you should be very sore. You should actually really feel your core engage. You should actually feel like, okay, this is my upper ab, this is my middle of my abs, and then as you're going down, you're squeezing. You should start to feel this in your lower abdomen as well. So this isn't just like I'm gonna work out the abs underneath my boobs. That's not it at all. You should actually feel it the entire range of motion. And now I'm gonna do a couple reps and Lucas can kind of go over some things that I missed maybe.
I mean, honestly, she didn't really miss any tips. The best way to state this is you're doing like a reverse crunch, but the weight's above your head on a cable, and you're just focused on bringing your head through your knees, your elbows to your knees, and actually like crunching your core. It's like you're doing a physio ball crunch, but instead of being on a physio ball, you're on a cable and you're just working a different type of range of motion, working your core.